Hi, my name is Taylor Bauman, and I'm going to be showing you how to install the SEEVAtherm all-climate windshield washer fluid heater on this 2018 Ford Fusion. This Fusion is a hybrid vehicle, which means that we have this big power inverter right here, and we have the smaller variant of Ford's 4-cylinder engine, meaning that we have much more room to install the SEEVAtherm behind, connected to the heater core. It's also important to determine the size of your heater core hose so you can match it with the inlet and outlet ports of your SEEVAtherm. Most heater core hoses are 5/8 and 3/4, and in this case ours is 5/8. The first step in installing the SEEVAtherm will be removing the engine cover and air intakes. This will help us determine the proper routing from the heater core. For optimum performance, it's important to install the SEEVAtherm before the heater core. So for this, we're going to identify the inlet hose to the heater core using a program called Mitchell 1. In most cars, the inlet hose will be coming off the top of the engine next to the thermostat. In this case, our inlet hose is the lower one right here. For this application, we're going to have to use what we call an alternative routing kit, as there's not enough room for the SEEVAtherm to be installed directly off of the heater core. We are going to have to install it over here parallel to the engine using 180-degree bends and some other tubing. For this next step, you'll need some safety glasses as there are engine fluids involved. We're going to start by removing the clamps that hold on the inlet hose from the heater core. Once you've determined the size of your hose, you can go ahead and cut it to the size you need and install. For this application, since the SEEVAtherm is going to be sitting parallel to the engine, we're going to need about 1 foot of hose to connect it from the back of the heater core all the way to the inlet over here. Next, we'll disconnect the washer fluid hose from this fitting right here to route it through our SEEVAtherm. Now we're going to use extra line and more straight fittings to connect the inlet and outlet of our washer fluid hose to the SEEVAtherm. It's also important to note that the washer fluid should flow in the opposite direction that the coolant's flowing to ensure optimum heat transfer. It's also important to not have any metal-on-metal contact with the housing of your device, as it may create leaks later on in its life. Next, we're going to use some cable ties to keep everything up and out of the way. Should be good. So after you're 100% done with your install, there are two things you need to check. The first being that there are no coolant leaks from underneath the car, and the second being that the product is properly heating your windshield washer fluid. So to check for that, we would let the car get up to normal operating temperature and then feel the washer fluid to make sure it's properly being heated. If you'd like to see a full install video, you can check out our channel. We have a time lapse of this whole product being installed on this car. It takes about 8 minutes. And thank you for watching. See you next time.